How's it going, everyone? My name's Aiden. Welcome back. Today's day 335 of Post Back on his channel. Back in the journey once again. Hope you all are having such a good Tuesday today and another day in the week. Of course, we are back. 3 more days until the weekend. So let's keep on pushing through and keep on going. But with that being said, today's message that I want to talk about is your past can't hold you unless you cling to it. And before we get into today's message, let's talk about the day real quick. For me, it was snowing out today. Terrible. Uh, Honestly, the only thing that I look forward to is being done with this paper. I actually paused it to, film this video. I've been working on it ever since like 2:30, and right now is about 11:30, and I'm still not done with it. I'm just revising it too, so that's what makes it worse. Um, but yeah, I just can't wait to get this done, and I got a presentation for class tomorrow, so it should be okay. But yeah, let's just get back to today's message. Your past can't hold you unless you cling to it. You know, this message here is very personal to me. I've uh, I've always kind of let the past get to me. Um, I've done a lot in my past, and a lot of stuff is very regrettable. Regretful, and I think the biggest thing with trying to understand your past is learning to accept it. Learning the fact that understandably what you did in that moment, you're not proud of, you're very guilty for it, but be proud of yourself to be able to even accept it. I feel like there's something at least in everybody's lives where we regret it, where we're guilty of something, where we did something that we shouldn't have done it, and we want to go back, have a time machine, fix it. But we don't have that opportunity. And sometimes I think the best thing to do is just kind of pick yourself up and keep on going. But a lot of people like to live in their past. They let the past take them over. They let the past, ruin them as who they are. And, they say to themselves, I can't do this. Like, I can't get out. I can't do it. The only way how you're going to face your past is if you don't let it cling to you. You instead have open arms and say, man, I know what I did was wrong, but I gotta accept it and move on. I think one of the biggest things that's helped me with this is my ability to go into therapy now. Um, as I mentioned before, I have therapy because I have OCD. OCD is very severe to me. I overthink, I overanalyze things. Whenever, I kind of get a feeling of something, a lot of negative thoughts get in, and it just eats me up. But the best way that I've been able to overcome my OCD, and I've been working with my therapist for a while, is she taught me to simply let things go. Is that if you do not let your past, take you over and you instead accept it and you move on with your life, you're giving, your brain and those negative thoughts less ammunition to put in their gun and to be shooting you with. You're, not letting your brain or your negative thoughts, eat you up as much because your body is going to be getting used to accepting things. And once you start to accept things, you can actually be able to live a more fulfilling and better life. When you just learn to accept the fact that things happen and that you can't change them and that you got to move on, you're free. You've made it. And I know how easy that may sound, but honestly, if you take a couple deep breaths and you say to yourself, yeah, I did it. Taking accountability for what you did is already such a huge step because we tend to reject those negative thoughts that we have. We tend to not try to feed into it because we feel like that if we run away from it, that's going to help us the best. But what I've learned is that if you face it and accept it, it dies down. Any sort of, thought or even chance of it trying to ruin you dies down, because you're learning that, yeah, it's something that affects you terribly. It makes you fearful. It makes you guilty. It makes you feel a negative sort of feeling. But it's the fact that you're willing to move on. And that takes a lot of courage. And once you learn that courage, you're able to let go. You're able to detach, and you're able to be free and move forward with your life. So you gotta understand that your past cannot hold you unless if you let yourself cling to it. And if you let yourself just simply feed into those thoughts, truth be told, you're going to have a negative life. You're going to have a negative lifestyle. You are going to fall down the hole of, I can't get through this. I can't do it. Life is too hard. If you implement negative things into your life, you're going to have a negative life. But if you try to be positive, you try to accept these things and take accountability and understand what you did might have been the best, and try to move on from your past, your life will be so much better and it will get so much easier. But you got to learn to accept and move on. But with that being said, guys, I hope you all have such a great rest of the evening. And remember, take care of yourself. You deserve you matter, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.